Okay, slide number 35 is entitled Cost versus Benefits. Okay, so this is part of the analysis of for you deciding what you should do, right? In terms of your career, in terms of your income, in terms of your lifestyle, in terms of your retirement, in terms of your old age, in terms of your family, all of that, all that, all put together. It's a complicated mess, okay? But you got to sort it out. And the first half of this slide asks you, what are the costs and benefits of you of coming to California? Okay, so we know what the benefits are, okay? The benefits for you, for anybody, of coming to California are numerous. First of all, we have the best weather in the United States. Okay, even better than Northern California. Northern California has good weather, but we have better weather than Northern California, in my view. We have the best weather in the United States. It's a relatively safe region. I mean, we don't have like bombings like Syria or Afghanistan, or, you know, usually we don't have mass murdering like in some countries. So it's reasonably safe. Standard of living is high. Income levels are high compared to most countries. Not as high as Monaco, okay? Not like Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, Bermuda, but high compared to 200 countries, 200 other countries, okay? You're likely to make a good living here, very likely, okay? Sometimes I tell my students that my father never made good decisions, which is kind of true. That's pretty true, okay? My father never made good decisions, okay? The only good decision my father ever made was to come to California, okay? I say that tongue in cheek, but that's kind of true, okay? So those are the benefits, right, of coming to California, but they're going to be costs, right? Yin and Yang tells us that if there's a benefit, there's going to be a cost, okay? If there's a cost, there's going to be a benefit, okay? So what are the costs to you of coming to California? Well, the costs are pretty steep, right? You have to leave your country of origin. You have to leave your culture. You have to leave your language behind, your family, your friends, everything that you've known in the past, you have to put it behind you, leave it behind. Those are the costs. So you have to compare one against the other, right? Weigh one against the other, right? Which one wins in your case? Okay, in our case, we had to do the same thing, right? My parents are immigrants from Mexico, so we had to do the same thing. But in our case, California went up, right? And we've made a few $1 million here in California. We probably could not have made in Mexico, not to this degree. We could have made money in Mexico. We already made money, some money in Mexico, but not to this degree, I don't think. Probably not. Okay, and the right hand of the slide asks, what are the costs, including the opportunity costs and benefits to you of returning to your country of origin? Okay, so that's the other side of the equation, the question, right? What if you went back to your country of origin? Vietnam, Brazil, Turkey, China, South Korea, Japan, whatever your country of origin is, right? So what would be the benefits? Well, the benefits are clear, right? I mean, you're back in your country of origin, you're in your own culture, your own language, your own people, with your family, with your friends. You're back in the milieu that you grew up in, and you know, and you understand, you know well, which is comfortable, right? And it could be much smoother than here. But what are the costs? Well, we already looked at the costs, right? The costs for you as a person are probably about $1.5 million in the next 40 years. As a person, as a college graduate. You go back to your country of origin, chances are it's going to cost you $1.5 million, if not more. Okay, $1.5 million if you're from an average country like China or Mexico or Turkey. If you're from a country where the per capita GDP is lower, like Brazil or Vietnam, then more than $1.5 million, probably, right? And for a couple, the costs are about $3 million if you're going to an average country like China, Mexico, or Turkey. But if you're returning to a country where the per capita GDP is lower than average, then you're talking more than $3 million cost in the next 4 years. Okay, but so you have to decide. You have to decide, like, what are your values, what are your goals, what are your preferences, like that, and then you have to make a decision. Okay, you have to decide, not me. I already decided for myself. Okay, you have to decide for yourself. Okay, let's stop here.